everybody, this is your daily tarot reading for Monday the 25th of September. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm using the Druidcraft deck for today's reading, and this is a really big deck, so it's a bit difficult to shuffle. I'm going to draw cards from within the deck. That's what I'm being guided to do, not just to take them from the top, but to randomly pick them from inside. Okay. So what have we got? We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Lord, who is the Emperor. And then we have the Princess of Cups. Okay. So first of all, the Eight of Pentacles, you can see this young man working really hard, making good products, but he's not particularly happy about it. He's in a forge. It may or may not be his life purpose to do that job, but certainly the heat or whatever it is he's doing isn't agreeing with him. So this card, if it were this way around, would mean that today, Monday the 25th, would be a day of really hard work, lots of stuff on your plate, a lot you have to deal with. It's in reverse, so what you're going to be focusing on more is not work as such. You're going to have more time to communicate with other people. I think you'll feel positive and enthusiastic when it comes to your work because you don't have this huge amount of workload to deal with, and you approach the week quite positively. The next card is the Lord. The Lord is the Emperor, and the Emperor represents the father figure. The first, if you look at the Fool's journey, we've got the Fool, he is conceived. Then we have the Magician, who creates things. Then we have the High Priestess, where knowledge comes in. Then we have the Empress, the mother, who the Fool meets. And then after he meets his mother, he meets his father. So after you're born, usually you meet your mother first, then you meet your father. Okay? So this is the authority figure. You see this ram here on his stone throne. He is able to overcome obstacles. Those horns indicate how much power he has, how respected he is. The chainmail indicates that he has to protect himself, and he's passionate about what he does, and he's a rightful monarch. He has got that green cloak there, which means he is meant to rule, he's in the right position, and his authority is something that you can rely on. So there's a tendency, again, to think that you know all the answers, that you're really able to push on through and move ahead without questioning other things. But the hidden thing here that's influencing your decision-making process is the Princess of Cups. Look at her cute little toes here. Isn't that adorable how they stick out? The Princess of Cups is like the Knight of Cups. She's learning how to, in this case, she's learning how to connect with nature and with spirituality and with her intuition. The Princess of Cups is usually someone who does learn about all of those things, how to manage your intuition better, how to love people more generously and in a way that's sincere, how to keep your heart open even when bad things happen, and how to maintain kind of tranquility and peace of mind even though other people are possibly causing problems in your life, or you don't really want to work today and you'd much rather be off with friends. Your feelings are important, and the feelings of the Princess of Cups are not always reliable, and they're extreme in a sense, and she hasn't got mastery of them altogether. So this is a recipe here that we've got that that kind of means that take the day with caution. If you're absolutely certain about making a decision, make sure that that's based on facts alone and not just because you know things are right. You know, there's one thing listening to your guidance, but it's another thing listening to your ego, which is loud and urgent and emotional. And if that's telling you, you know, I feel this very strongly and very urgently, I have to make this happen, and I have to take the action that will get me to the place where I want to go, that may be something that you have to then unravel afterwards and tidy up afterwards, because you're not as reliable and secure as the Lord usually would be because of this emotional element to it. And also, there's a kind of lack of wanting to put in the work, and you're much more interested in your own feelings and talking to other people and focusing on other people, then you are actually being productive and being practical and being grounded. So the good news is that you feel enthusiastic and feel positive about the day and the week. You don't feel overwhelmed. You don't feel like, you have to work yourself to the bone. But at the same time, just make sure that when you make long-term decisions today, or you sign contracts today, or you implement new policies in the business, or you put your foot down in your family and say, this is what we're going to do in future. It's not just based on fact. It will be based on your emotions. So do a personal inventory, a personal stock take, and see whether these changes that you want to make are actually fair to other people, or whether it's just about you and having your needs met, and having your needs met in the way that you want, which would be selfish and wouldn't help other people. Whereas if you have positive emotions and you think, this is something that I want, it's something within me, but I'm also considerate of how my feelings and my actions are going to impact others, then you can spend time with other people and make those changes and work in the abstract, work with concepts, ideas, rules, ideologies, all of those things that this card in reverse represents, and then you can put those in place. But it's not a day for spontaneous, quick decisions that you make on a whim. It's much more a day of careful planning, using your positive energy and considering how your actions are going to affect other people. And when you do that, you can really, really put yourself in the best position to make long-term decisions about your relationships, about the way you manage your everyday life, and the way you create structure and stability in your life with the people you want, and in terms of your friendships and your relationships, and what you want to work and what you want to continue with, and what doesn't work and what you don't want to continue with. So it's not a day that's mainly focused on work, even though it's a Monday. A lot of people will go into the day thinking, this Monday is often a day when you have to sort out issues that were left over from the past week and everything. Your work really isn't the problem today. What you're able to do is, if you're considerate of other people's feelings, you're able to strengthen and secure your relationships and make them better. Number-wise, we've got 8, and then we have 4, that's 12. And the court card is a 1, so 12 and 1 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4, and 4 is the Lord. 4 is the Emperor. So you're able to create more relationship stability in your life by listening to your feelings, making sure that they're not selfish or self-serving, but that they include others and that you think about other people as well, and that you work on making those relationships more solid through communication. That can be verbal, can be written, it can be an email, it can be whatever way you choose to communicate, but it's a really good day to solidify your relationships and to allow you to feel like you have more emotional freedom in your own relationship. So for instance, if you're in a relationship and you feel at times a little bit controlled, then you can have a discussion with your partner and say, I am a grown person, I need my independence, and sometimes when you're asking me, where are you going, what are you doing, who are you seeing, it makes me feel a little bit controlled, and this may hurt your feelings, but I don't particularly like that, and I would appreciate it if you stopped controlling me so much. The other person is likely to be receptive to this abstract concept, this abstract message that you're giving him, and you'll be able, or her, and you'll be able to have more solidity and resolve that issue in your relationships. So it's a really good day to get those, to iron out those kinks in your relationships, to get rid of to tweak things a little bit to make them better for you and the other partners, your romantic partner or the other people involved. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful start to the week. If you'd like a personal reading with me about your relationships with your family, your romantic relationships, or what's coming up in your love life, if you want to look at what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, or what's coming up for you in future in general, then please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to audio reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.